What are we gonna do now?
Do? We're gonna war. That's what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna eat that salsa for breakfast.
Yep.
Close that fucker down.
Yeah, man.
You done it.
Fun. Bravo, man. Fucking Al Pacino. Al Pacino. What's up, man? What's up, man? Morning, everybody. Mark Scondi reporting on the cocaine discovered in the White House. Come on, man. Who's suspect number one? Who would be suspect number one with a bag of cocaine found behind enemy lines? In the family quarters, they say, in the library. Well, first, there's actually, the story's already changing. They said they found a bag of cocaine in the library initially, and then it got changed to the guest area, where other people, other than direct family members or Joe Biden himself, could be found. But nonetheless, very, very difficult to smuggle in a bag of cocaine into the White House. And who's suspect number one? I mean, come on, man. It's got to be. I mean, if you had to pick one, who's the crack-smoking, Porsche-driving, speeding, gambling, hooker-banging, crack-smoking son of the president? Stashing a bag of cocaine in the White House right before the big firework display in case he needs a hit. He is suspect number one. So we'll look at that fascinating story. I've never seen in my lifetime. I'm sure Obama has, smoked weed in the White House. I'm certain Bill Clinton has as well. But finding a stray bag of coke in the White House is pretty profound. And big news, actually, and bigger news than that, but not as interesting, is that Joe Biden was banned. Joe Biden and his representatives were banned by a judge, by a U.S. judge in Missouri and I believe Louisiana. They're not allowed to communicate with social media. A ban on the president and his representatives to communicate with social media on critical issues and direct their actions. In other words, the president is not allowed to say, "Hey, man, I think you guys need to investigate these people that are talking about election fraud in our country, and anybody who says vaccines are bad for you, I think you need to get rid of them." So a federal judge has ruled that is foul. That is a big foul, and it violates the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. So we'll look at that as well. Gunman in Philly, fucking crazy, right? Gunman in Philly. And Ben & Jerry making news. Ben & Jerry's are saying that the United States is founded on stolen property from indigenous people. Now, is that true? Yeah. I mean, everything was sort of kind of owned before someone else lived there. Right? Pick it. You pick it and go back in history, and at some point, someone was ousted and or outmaneuvered off of their land. The indigenous people didn't believe they owned anything, so there was nothing to really defend, right? And but Ben & Jerry's is saying that the indigenous people are the rightful heirs of the United States, and we should think about giving it back. And so it looks like another Bud Light episode coming. Now, Ben & Jerry's is a little more resilient than Bud Light. Ben & Jerry's, if you recall, said something about the Israeli occupation or something, and that they were going to boycott. That's right. They were going to boycott their ice cream. They weren't going to sell their ice cream into Israel. And they ultimately, Netanyahu, they had a conflict with Netanyahu. But nonetheless, Ben & Jerry's is no newcomer to this type of controversy. But now it does irritate people. It irritates people, and some people will salute it. Like Mount Rushmore was built on holy, ritualistic indigenous land. And we stuck 4 presidents right in the middle of it. So look at that story, too. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Vanity Martini in the house. Weevil Girl, a pair of wrenches. William R. Hall is here. George Washington, good morning. George Washington has appeared. Zoot Suit Cooter, Jim Gerard, and Quantum Epic. What's up, man? What's up, my brother? Mad Cow Mark is here. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, man. So I hope you guys had a wonderful 4th of July. I hope nobody lost any limbs. And, yeah, here's my 4th of July. I'll show you a couple of pictures here. Let's see. Bada bing, bada boom. It's right outside my door. Boom. Yeah, man. Thank you to my neighbors for doing that. I didn't spend a dime on it. I didn't spend anything on that shit. Firecrackers are expensive, man. That shit's expensive, man. That's like $1,000 going up in smoke. But yeah, it was fun to watch, and remember the bombs and the bombs bursting in air, the rockets' red glare. Story of war and kicking the dirty British out of our property, right? Right there. So the British rightfully owned the United States before we stole it from the indigenous. The British stole it from the indigenous, and we stole it from the British. So if you have a problem with 4th of July, go tell the British. Go blame the British and the Dutch and the Spanish and everybody who was here before the Americans. History's fucked up like that. So all these people are dead, man. You're talking about dead history. Right? Stop it already. So yeah, Tony Montana. This is my thumbnail today. Mark Sconti reporting on mysterious, not so mysterious. Everybody knows what it is. Bag of white coke. Bag of white powder found at the in the library of the White House, the West Bank, the West Wing, not the West Bank, the West Wing. And Hunter Biden was there. He was there before Daddy went down to Camp David. He visited the White House, made his stash, then went to Camp David with Daddy and returned for 4th of July, only to find out that his coke had gotten fucking taken. And man, he must have been pissed off. Right? He had to you know what it is? He's traveling, right? So he can't travel with a bag of coke in his pocket. Well, maybe he can, right? Because he's got executive privilege. But he probably figured, I'm not gonna sniff coke around Dad. I'll wait till the fireworks start going off. And he went to the library. Like, maybe he heard the news. Oh shit, they got my bag of coke. But anyway, man. So I again, this is speculation. But suspect number 1, it's got to be Hunter Biden, man. History of it, right? I got a website. My name is Marcus Conti. Every morning at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. We are live for educational, philosophical live streams where we explore the fascinating reality of life in America, where we have a president and his son getting high. They They refuse to acknowledge the grandkid. You know, he's fucking 80 years old. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. I think Trump was fun to report to as a president, but Hunter and Dad are pretty fucking fascinating as well. All the values that the Democratic left prides themselves on, these guys just run it over. They fucking shit all over it, right? Why does half the country dislike the Biden family? Because of their values. Because Hunter Biden, he's the smartest guy I've ever met. Right? That's what Dad says about his son. Lighten up. I'll stick with the facts. A lot of speculation going on this morning. But every morning at 9 a.m. you can watch the program, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else you watch your media. Watch your media. La, 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 la. I'm there. So let's start here. Gunman arrested in Philadelphia mass shooting. Gunman. See the headline? Gunman, not gunwoman. But here it is. It's a tranny. It's another tranny, angry tranny, right? It's a tranny. The tranny is the man dressed like the woman. The man who thinks he's a woman. This is the killer. The killer, they didn't kill him. They got him. He surrendered. So here's the headline. Gunman arrested for Philadelphia mass shooting, which left 5 dead, is a Black Lives Matter activist who wore women's clothes. The rifle-wielding suspect who donned a bulletproof vest before allegedly shooting dead 5 men and injuring 2 kids in Philadelphia has been identified as a Black Lives Matter supporter who shared gun-touting memes on social media. In fairness, neither one of those things bother me. Black Lives Matter supporter. What does that mean? That's as good as a lot of people support Black Lives Matter or did prior to, the real noise. And many people tout, have gun touting memes. It's not really that evil. So Kim Brady, Carricker, that's the killer, 40 years old, was nabbed shortly. But anyway, who cares? But this is what he looks like. Is this trans identity crises? I'm a woman. Stop calling me him. Stop calling me a fucking man. I hate you. You called me a man. And now I'm going to go out and kill everybody. This is one of the memes he had on his Facebook page, a torched Philadelphia police car. In itself, not a big deal. I posted stuff. I make videos. Does that make me a Black Lives Matter supporter? But there he is. There he is. I'm a woman. You fucking hate me, man. You guys hate me. What else we got here? So Ben & Jerry's in the news. Poor Ben & Jerry, claims U.S. exists on stolen indigenous land. On July 4th, outcries ensued. Make them Bud Light again. So social media is calling for Ben & Jerry's to become the new Bud Light. Ben & Jerry's has called on the U.S. to return stolen indigenous land in a bold 4th of July message. Taking to social media, the ice cream company divided fans over its Independence Day post. The United States was founded on indigenous land. This 4th of July, let's commit to returning it. So here it is. Here's the page that they're pushing on their website. Still up as of this morning, benandjerrys.com. The United States was founded on stolen indigenous land. This 4th of July, let's commit to returning it. The 4th of July, who doesn't love a good parade? Some tasty barbecue and some fireworks. The only problem with all that, though, is that it can distract from an essential truth about this nation's birth. The United States was founded on stolen indigenous land. Let's start with Mount Rushmore. Now, here's an interesting fact. I didn't know this. Thank you, Ben and Jerry's, for bringing it to everyone's attention. When indigenous leaders blocked the road to Mount Rushmore before an Independence Day celebration in 2020, it highlighted a conflict that most Americans probably didn't know about. I didn't know about it. Long before South Dakota had become a state, long before the faces of 4 American presidents were blasted into the side of Mount Rushmore, the mountain was known as Tonkasika Sakpa. I'm not going to try that one again. The 6 grandfathers of the Lokoya Soy, a holy mountain that rises from the Black Hills, land they consider sacred. They're Black Hills. Shit rose from the Black Hills. The Black Hills are known in the Lakota as the heart of everything that is. So the argument here is that Mount Rushmore was built on someone's fucking holy land, the heart of everything that is. Decades after decades fighting to keep colonizers off their land, the Lokoya and other troops signed the Fort Blah Blah Treaty in 1851 and in 1868, establishing 35 million acres as a permanent home for the Lokoya. And then they, obviously the United States reversed that once there was gold found under their feet and took back the land. So the Indians got, the Indians of the time got nothing. And the colonizers and the imperialists got everything. Now, this is true, but find me a country on Earth, find me any place on the planet where humans exist, that this doesn't happen over and over and over again. For someone to acquire something, it has to be taken away from somebody else. It doesn't mean just because you were there first, it's yours either. Oh, we were here first, fuck you. Well, history doesn't really honor that. First come, first serve. If first come, first serve is the theme, then you can say, well, who was here before the Indians, and who did the Indians, who was roaming around Mount Rushmore before the Indians? I bet there were humans. I bet there were Mongolians and fucking Chinese immigrants, or however they climbed over the fucking frozen tundra to get here. I don't know. I don't know where you are with that one, but I would say Ben and Jerry's is the United States was founded on stolen indigenous land. I have a problem with stolen. I think it was taken. Was founded on, the United States took indigenous land. All land is indigenous. I got a problem with that one. I don't know what to make. Anyway. So let's talk about the substance. Ooh, wow. Pile of white powder found right under Hunter Biden's nose. He's clean. I'm clean. You heard Hunter Biden say, I'm clean. I'm clean. No, I don't do cocaine. I don't smoke crack anymore. I love my children, all of them except the one that's with the hooker. I'm clean. I'm clean. So substance found in White House West Wing tests positive for cocaine. The unknown item found in the West Wing that forced a brief evacuation of the White House Sunday night and drew a hazmat team to the executive mansion initially tested positive for cocaine. It's coke, man. It's coke. The initial dispatch call stated that the white powdery substance was found in the residence library. Listen to this carefully. The initial dispatch call, before they changed the story. Hey, we found a white powder in the library. Oh, no, you didn't find it in the library. You found it in the guest room, didn't you? Oh, yeah, in the guest room. So there's a little bit of a story switch here. The initial dispatch, according to the New York Post, stated that the white powdery substance was found in the residence library on the ground floor of the building. There's hardly any access to that, However, and those areas are constantly shifting. Look, you don't walk into the fucking White House library and start picking up books and reading the books in the library. You don't even touch anything. You stand behind the velvet rope and you look, right? Nobody has access to that shit except Who? When they take the velvet rope away and Joe Biden and his family are wandering around, then everybody can touch everything because it's their house. They live there. They are the principal occupants. However, is this a plant? Let's just flush that out. Is this a plant? Did some Republican quack, some Make America Great Again extremist dude go in to get a pass into the White House with a bag of Coke and fling it in there? Because you know Hunter Biden's going to be blamed for it. Was it a plant? Was it opposition? That's a real stretch, right? I would say that someone planting the cocaine in the White House is way more far-fetched than Hunter Biden stashing it himself and then coming back on 4th of July looking for his bag of Coke so he can enjoy the fireworks. Right? That's more believable. I won't sniff anything while I'm down there with Dad at Camp David. I think we're right there. I think we're right. The initial dispatch call stated that the white substance was found in the library. However, officials familiar with the incident told the Post the purported cocaine was found in the holding area in the West Wing that is accessible to both White House staff and guests. Now, hold your fire on guests. It doesn't mean a parade of people go walking through. It means very, very select guests like members of Congress, invitations that were, world leaders. Right? It's not just the public. Right? Oh, I got it. I just, scratch all this. Scott Marcus Kadri reporting the Russians planted cocaine in the White House. It was the Russians. The Russians did it, man. That makes sense. The Russian. That'll come out soon. President Biden was at Camp David at the time of the incident, as was his son Hunter, who has admitted to pass crack cocaine. Right? Now, this is the part I caught that didn't make sense. Right? So, Hunter Biden, 53, who has acknowledged a prior addiction to crack cocaine, was on the White House grounds Friday before heading off to Camp David with his father for the second weekend in a row. So right there. Right there, my friend. Here is the bag of cocaine, right? And it's Friday. And, oh, shit, 4th of July, I can't travel with this. I can't go to Camp David. What if Dad finds the bag or he sees me all fucking zapped out, right? And so he's at the White House on Friday before and Joe Biden, this is Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's at the White House on Friday. And Joe Biden is down at Camp David. Hunter Biden on Friday has his bag of cocaine. He stashes it, throws it in the library. Yeah, it'll be here. Who's going to find it? Right? I'll stick it in the fucking books that nobody looks at. Right? And then he goes down to join Daddy at Camp David, knowing that they're going to return to the White House to watch the fireworks on the lawn last night. It was Tuesday night. All right, so Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 4 days, right? 4 days on a holiday, and Hunter Biden comes back to find his cocaine was stolen. Right? So that's what it looks like to me. Here's the West Wing. Cocaine found in the holding area. All right, what maybe. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to put it in the library. Maybe put it in both. Who the fuck knows? Right? We don't know. Maybe he put it in a lot of places, right? And they only bagged one of them. Maybe it was under Joe Biden's bed. They'll never come in here and look. Right? They'll never look for the cocaine in Joe Biden's pillow. And the other speculation is that Joe Biden himself. Is Joe Biden a cokehead? That would be fascinating. Right? Imagine an 80-year-old guy. They find him stuck to the wall. You go into the Oval Office and he's fucking got a big pile of coke, like Tony Montana and Scarface. Maybe that's who Joe Biden is. Maybe it was Joe Biden's coke. I don't know. I still think Hunter Biden is the suspect number one. And there he is. There he is, Joe Biden. I think I left my computer here. Excuse me. You gotta love AI, man. Fucking look at it. They put this one together quick. Big pile of cocaine. Joe Biden. Yeah. It's okay, man. That's a good one. That's Hunter Biden as Tony Montana Scarface. Weevil Girl says fingerprints. Let's find fingerprints. Yep. Weevil Girl says Sleepy Joe needed to stay alert. Yeah, man. He did, man. He's up. He's running. I don't want to get in a fucking car, man. Yo, you smell like cocaine. So this Hunter and his darling wife, his darling father, and there he is in action with his crack pipe, smoking crack on the highway, smoking crack on his way to Las Vegas to gamble and bang some hookers. Hunter Biden, right? Come on, suspect number one, right? It's hard to believe that it's not Hunter Biden. So anyway, man, let's look at the markets. The markets are we're open. Oh shit. Markets are under a little pressure this morning. What's going on? We're coming back a little bit. Let me look here. Bing, bing, bang, bong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong. Excuse me. I'm trying to make heads or tails out of this. All right, so the markets are now open. Nasdaq is down 43. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 176. S&P 500 down 18 points. Not a big deal. We're up bigly right now. No doubt about it. Let's see. On the big board, Apple down 9 cents. Amazon 63. Apple's about to go green. Right now, it's going to click green in a second. Amazon up 61 cents. Google up 35 cents. Facebook, Meta, formerly Facebook, up $1. Microsoft down 81 cents. Nvidia down $1. Tesla pulling back a little bit, down 60 cents. Rivian roaring. Oh my God. Marcus Conte gave you Rivian at $14 a share. It's now 20. Going higher. Oh, man. Look at that rip. I gave it to you all the way down here at 14. It went up to 15, 15 and a half. Nothing. Then it went to 19. Now we're at 20.50. 20.60. Look at Rivian, man. Is that a short squeeze? Did I cause this? Did I cause the fucking squeeze? Who else is talking about Rivian? I guess I'm the only guy doing it, right? Fucking kudos to me, man. I hope somebody made a lot of money on that. I hope somebody made a lot of money on that shit, because I didn't have enough to make a lot of money on, but my shit just crashed. I crashed. I play a different strategy. I can't chase shit around. But Rivian, I really, really believe Rivian is gold. I really do. I think I thought at 15. I don't think it's even bad at 20. I don't know if it's going to keep running like this. But I would say that even if it's a short squeeze, it's still pretty fucking big. Look at that rip off the bottom. Rivian. Fucking outstanding performance by Rivian. So I want to talk about this last story. U.S. judge, what the hell's going on here on Yahoo? Yeah. U.S. judge restricts. This is big right here for many reasons, right? Social media. If you remember a year or two ago, right around the pandemic, anybody who spoke badly or openly or honestly about vaccine got banned for forever, or suggesting that there might have been shenanigans in the 2020 election. There was a clear and unequivocal executive order from the White House to imposing on social media to shut it down. Right? Regardless, if you disagree with us, shut it down because it endangers national security. So a U.S. judge on Tuesday restricted some agencies and officials of the Biden administration from meeting and communicating with social media companies to moderate their content. The injunction came in response to a lawsuit brought by Republicans in Louisiana and Missouri who alleged the U.S. government officials went too far in efforts to encourage social media companies to address posts they worried could contribute to vaccine hesitancy during the COVID-19 pandemic or upend elections. Those were the two big issues, remember? I got banned, I guess, for both of them. I spoke about COVID. You're out, gone, right? You spoke about, this is fucked up. I am firsthand recipient of this type of censorship. Firsthand. I'm not making it up. I'm not saying somebody else got censored. I'm not saying, I got censored on social media. I was gone for a year and a half off YouTube. For what? For this. Speaking. I never said vaccine hesitancy. That's a fucking myth word. That word doesn't even exist. That was made up to put on you. That was a label for you who refuses to take their fucking shit. Vaccine hesitant, vaccine denier, right? Anti-vax. It's all bullshit. Right? Vaccines are in the eyes of the holder, right? The premise behind the vaccine, prevention using medical fucking voodoo, is speculative at best. Right? Vaccines are notoriously inaccurate and right, but those are the facts. And now I guess, a half a year later, we're allowed to talk about it because Joe Biden can't fucking put his boot on your throat anymore. The ruling said, Judge, congratulations, thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. The ruling said government agencies like the Department of Health and Human Services and the FBI could not talk to social media companies for the purpose of, quote, urging, encouraging, pressuring, or inducing in any manner the removal, deletion, suppression, or reduction of content containing protected free speech. So there is now an injunction on the White House and the FBI to stay the F out of social media and let people talk already. There's now an injunction. Do you think it's going to be honored? Hell fucking no. They'll make up something else. They'll say, oh no, whenever it's national security, all these injunctions go out the fucking window. As I say, oh no, it's national security, we have a breach. All right, the Russians tried to put cocaine in the White House to frame Joe Biden and his son as cocaine addicts. Haven't you heard? It was the Russians. Go to Hillary Clinton's website. I bet you, Hillary. That's the Russians. John Podesta. The Russians, yeah. Bill Clinton. Yeah, those dirty Russians, man. They hate marijuana, but they love their vodka and cocaine. So good news. That's really good for Americans that U.S. federal judge has put an injunction on the dirty Bidens. So thank you everybody for joining me. Mark Sconti reporting. I don't know what you guys think. Let's do a survey. Whose Coke was it? Let's say. So Hunter is number one. And number two, someone else. All right. So whose Coke was found in the White House? Was it number one, Hunter Biden, or number two, somebody else? Anybody else? All right, I'm going to vote. I'll say, I'm telling you, I'm 80%, 85% on this one. I think it's Hunter. I think Hunter did it. Hunter Biden. It's Hunter's bag of Coke. He stashed it there on Friday. He returned and he was looking for it and he just let it go. He had to watch the fireworks unroasted. Man, he must have been sweating his ass off. He was sweating. I can't take it. I gotta watch, man. Oh man, I can't believe they got my fucking Coke, man. I can't believe this shit, man. What am I gonna do now? Here's my Coke. I need my Coke. Hunter Biden, I need my Coke. Peace, everybody. Mark Scott reporting.